If the city could scream, it would have started that night.
At exactly 2 a.m., every traffic light within a 10-block radius froze red. Surveillance feeds blinked to static. The power surged, then snapped, and underneath it, all far beneath in an abandoned subway shaft buried for decades, a single gunshot echoed, swallowed by the dark. By morning, one man was missing, another was dead, and Detective Liora Vance had only 48 hours before the city's silence became her own.
Detective Liora Vance had seen too much in her 12 years with the Metro Crimes Division, but nothing quite like this. The crime scene was beneath street level, a rotting tunnel no longer on any official map. There reeked of mildew and burnt metal. There were drag marks in the crime, a fresh pool of blood, and something worse. The body was missing.
No ID, no show, just the blood, said Officer Kim, flashlight trembling in her grip. Lyra scanned the wall. That symbol, it's not gang, it's municipal. Old infrastructure stamp. Why would a civilian be down here? We think he wasn't. We think he was brought here. A silence passed between them in the distance. A soft hum of electricity flickered. The missing person was identified within hours. Malcolm Drexler, an encryption expert and consultant for the city cybersecurity task force. Clean record, quiet life. But Lyra found a strange detail in his employment file. He had just filed for whistleblower protection the night before his disappearance.
Digging deeper, she discovered that Drexler had been compiling a dossier on something called Project Arclight. The name didn't exist on any public contract. She tried to access the records. Blocked, even with her clearance, so she called someone she swore she'd never speak to again. Silas Rowe, former Black Hat hacker turned digital forensic consultant, and Leora's ex.
Project Arclight, he said, sipping whiskey at a M that ghost still around. It was a defense prototype, surveillance on a citywide scale. Legalized paranoia, you helped build it. And I walked when they turned it inward. What did Drexler find? Lyra showed him the recovered fragments from Drexler's hidden cloud cache. Silas paled.
If this is what I think it is, it means the city's still running it, off-grid, illegal, hidden in the old systems. Lyra felt her skin chill. Then Drexler was going to blow the whistle, and someone decided to silence him.
Act 3. The stitched lies. Captain Yates, her superior, told her to back off. This isn't our case anymore. Hand over everything. She didn't. That night, Laura's apartment was broken into. Nothing was stolen, but her backup drive was smashed, and her cat was locked in the bathroom. A warning. So she went deeper, found out Drexler had one ally. Bethany Crane, a city contract analyst. She was gone, quit her job 2 weeks ago. Unreachable. Tracking her down took a favor from a reporter friend. Bethany was in a motel 2 states over, living under a false name. When Lyra found her, the woman looked hollowed out. They listened through everything, Bethany whispered. Even now, but I have the drive. Drexler made a duplicate, said he didn't trust anyone, not even the police. Bethany handed her a thumb drive. If they knew I gave this to you, they'd bury me next. Act 4. WH-80 The city hides. Silas decrypted the drive. What it revealed was beyond disturbing. Project Arclight hadn't been shut down. It had evolved. It was now integrated into street cameras, traffic systems, and even emergency infrastructure. It wasn't just surveillance. It could predict behavior, flag threats, redirect police.
It was profiling civilians. This is PI crime, Silas whispered, not just watching people, preemptively labeling them. Some get arrested before they do anything. Others disappear, like Drexler.
Act V. The second body. News broke of a body found in a water tunnel near the old industrial district. It was Drexler, shot in the chest, burn marks on his hands. His death was ruled an accident. The report was buried, but Lyra got the coroner's real notes. He'd been tortured first. She snapped. And she realized this wasn't about Drexler anymore. It was about who gave the order. Backtracking Arclight server logs, Silas found an internal access point. City Hall. One terminal, used last night. Yates, Lyra said coldly. It was him. He moved the body. Lyra confronted Yates privately. He didn't deny it. You don't understand, he said. We stopped 3 bombings, prevented 6 murders. Arclight works. So does tyranny. You can't win. They'll smear you, frame you, and I won't be able to stop it. She recorded every word. Act 7. The leak. She and Silas prepared a timed release to every major outlet, encrypted backups, dead man's switch. No going back. She left her bat at Yates' door. That night, at 2:31 a.m. exactly 1 week later, headlines across the globe read, City Surveillance Scandal. Illegal PI crime network exposed. Chaos followed. Resignations, investigations. But Liora disappeared from public view. Some say she vanished to avoid retaliation. Others say she was taken. But if you look hard enough, somewhere in the static between surveillance channels, you might still catch her voice. If the city could scream, it would never stop. The end. What do you think? Where did she go? Comment, beloved. Maybe someone knows the truth. Who knows?